People love to say you're overthinking the day you realize. Most people don't think as deeply as you do. They assume you're arrogant, detached, or trying to sound smarter than everyone else. The judgment is quick. You think too much, you analyze too far, you take things too seriously. But psychology says that moment isn't about ego at all. The truth is deeper and honestly uncomfortable. That realization usually shows up when your mind operates on a different depth setting, and the reasons behind it reveal a lot about who you truly are. Let's break down what psychology actually says about the day you realize most people don't think as deeply as you do. 1. Your nervous system is tuned for depth, not speed. Psychology says some people process the world with heightened sensitivity, meaning their brains pick up more signals before reacting. Psychologists call this a high reactivity nervous system, where information is layered instead of skimmed. This matters because it gives you foresight and pattern recognition, even when others are still reacting on impulse. 2. Your emotional regulation runs internally instead of externally. Research shows many people regulate emotions by talking, reacting, or seeking immediate feedback, while deep thinkers regulate by reflection. Psychology says you don't discharge emotion right away, you metabolize it. That's powerful because it protects you from emotional whiplash and helps you respond instead of react. 3. You're not wired to chase validation in real time. Psychology says most people think out loud because they need social reinforcement to feel grounded in their thoughts. When you realize others don't think deeply, it's often because they outsource thinking to conversation. This matters because you don't need constant approval to trust your internal conclusions, which gives you independence most people never develop. 4. Your social wiring prioritizes meaning over noise. Psychologists call this depth-oriented social cognition, where connection is built through substance, not frequency. You notice that many people talk a lot but process very little, and that gap becomes obvious over time. This protects your energy and helps you choose relationships that actually nourish you instead of drain you. 5. Your cognition naturally loops and refines ideas. Psychology says deep thinkers engage in recursive thinking, meaning the brain revisits concepts to improve accuracy and understanding. To others, this looks like overthinking, but research shows it's actually a sign of advanced mental modeling. This matters because it allows you to anticipate consequences and avoid mistakes that only become obvious in hindsight. 6. Your empathy and observation are stronger than average. Psychology says people who think deeply often read micro shifts in tone, behavior, and intent without realizing it. When others seem shallow, it's not because they're unintelligent, but because they're less attuned to nuance. This gives you a quiet advantage. You understand what's really happening beneath the surface before anyone else does. So if you're someone who realizes most people don't think as deeply as you do, you're not arrogant. You're perceptive, self-aware, and psychologically resilient. If you want more psychology videos that explain the parts of you nobody talks about, hit that subscribe button right now, because the next video might explain exactly why you've always felt a step ahead and slightly out of place at the same time.